Okay, everyone, just want to go over some. I'm not a big YouTuber to unbox and stuff like that, but when I'm trying to buy something and I try to look up, like we all do, YouTube videos, just research it and see before we purchase. There's always things that you can never find in some of the videos. So when I was looking this up, there's some things that nobody really mentioned or they didn't go into detail enough. I'm also going to, talk about things that they talk about too, but so anyway, this is the US 4x4 military vehicle, as they name it, but we know it as the Humvee. It's by Hengguan, or Henggun. Not Hang Long, but I'm sure somehow they work together or something because it's so close to name. But anyway, first thing I want to go over is when you buy this, I bought this in it's January of 2024, and on the box over here, you'll notice that this is marked. Let's see if I can bring this in, probably too close. But anyway, it's marked here as, they circled this as this model. Okay, and none of these models come with this camo paint scheme. So, if you really would die hard for just this and not this, then you'll be disappointed. So I don't know if it's just they didn't change the box art when they came out with this color because of cost-wise, and that's that. But this might be a newer color, I'm not sure. I happen to like it, so I wasn't disappointed. So just want to let you know about that. So the older ones had 20 here plus kilometers. Now these are 30. The case is actually pretty nice. The only thing I'm kind of concerned about is that it opens and the Humvee goes in this way, with the wheels facing this way. But when it's closed, your handle is here. So I'd be nervous that you're holding it and that this would open up. But I mean, it's the magnets. There are magnets here that hold this in. You can hear it click. So maybe that will hold it enough. Maybe I'm overthinking it, and it could fall. I thought it could fall out, so you might want to consider that. I'm not really going to put it back in here because it is a little bit of a pain in the neck to get it in and out. Plus, you have to take this off, which only pops in. This just pops right in there. So anyway, the first thing I just want to go over is that everybody's saying, lipo, lipo, lipo. The manuals say lipo. I mean, yes, we know that lipos give us more burst, more top speed than nickel metal. But hey, this isn't a speed vehicle for me. So call me old school, but I have lipos for certain things. But if I can avoid them with the way they're dangerous and everything, I can avoid them. So you can use a nickel metal in here. I'm only using a 3300. I got a pretty good run time out of it, like 20 minutes, with all the lights and everything and the sound, so it wasn't bad. It's a Dean's plug, T-plug. So you can run a nickel metal in these. It does have a cutoff for lipo, though, which is good. The ESC does have the cutoff. So we'll go over this. So what you got here is, this is metal. This is metal. You got a lot of metal parts. I believe even the rims are metal, but believe it or not, they give you a really nice set of tools. These are all metal tools, aluminum, alloy, whatever. They got good tips on them. They won't strip out as easy. But you'll have to use these. You'll have to use it as actually an Allen key. Screws in here, which I find pretty realistic, pretty to scale. But you'll have to take off this center cap to get to the center nut, which is your standard. These are the tools they give you. So it's that standard nut that comes on most of them, and that tool comes with most. I have tons of those. But the doors actually open with a latch. That latch is open. It's got really cool interior in there. And they definitely got to get a couple of guys for that. But all 4 doors open. This is pretty cool. It actually has a metal latch here, like the real Humvee. and it actually comes off both sides. Excuse my phone, but I gotta work it with one hand here. So it pops up, and then you got two switches here, spring loaded, and push them back. So you're gonna have to put you down for a minute. So you push them back, and it exposes all your wiring. I know that looks bad, but it's actually pretty neat in there as far as the way it's plugged in. If you see down there, that's all your sound and everything there. Here's your steering servo. The ESC is actually back there. If you can see it, but it's back there. There it is. And it doesn't have a smoke unit in this. This is what I thought was a smoke unit, but I think your receiver is in there. Oh no, your receiver's over here. So, yeah. So anyway, that opens like that. Okay, this folds down. It actually has metal hinges, and it has a metal chassis. Metal support. I'll show you the underneath, but let's open this. So this is where your battery compartment is. And it's pretty neat in here. They got a little gunner in there and everything, and you flip this down, you open that up, the battery. It's a T-plug, Dean's. Okay. And these are hydraulic, believe it or not. They're not a spring, they're hydraulic. These latches come off, they're metal. The door folds down. So that's with that. I'll show you underneath over here. It's actually pretty neat. You know, it's the four-wheel drive. Those are all metal. Differential. The center differential is actually a metal casing. All the gears inside the center diff are metal, and inside the front and rear diffs are metal. The frame is metal. That's actually a metal exhaust. I thought that was actually a smoke unit. I wonder if you could put a smoke unit in this. But yeah, so that's the whole thing, really, of this newer paint scheme, I'm assuming. They give you the manual in Japanese and American. These are all the switches. A lot of these switches you're not going to use. A lot of them are used on their 6x6 military vehicle, which is what I originally went there for, and they didn't have it. But this, I'll tell you, this book, because you can build this as a kit, I believe. I don't know if it's available in USA, but you can build it as a kit or ready to run, because you can see the detail they go into with building this. All the part numbers, just like Tamiya, however you want to call it. There's the differential, the planetary and everything. So it's pretty neat that they go into this detail, and they give you a parts list in the back for all the parts. Haven't looked up on that yet. I don't know if this hop-ups yet. They give you the decals, which I haven't put on yet. So that's that. I hope some of the stuff that was missed on YouTube videos I saw, I hope I covered. This hatch opens here. Okay, you can see inside the interior. You know, and these are metal hinges. These are metal hinges on the doors. You know, it's pretty neat, pretty detailed. These are actually good, spongy Goodyear tires. They say Goodyear on it anyway. So that's that. The radio, like I was saying, is like this is low gear on this one. This is neutral in middle, and up is high. This is your volume control. This one is your gear control. This is your steering trim. This would be your gear trim, I guess. This is your horn when you go forward and then back. If you want to leave it on, it sounds like a car alarm if you leave it forward. This, I believe, doesn't do anything. And also, these two, I don't believe, do anything also, because I've used them and I didn't see any difference. This trim is actually, forward is your gun, and back is your Canon. Okay, this one is just your standard trim, and then you got trim buttons on the side here. Okay, but like I said, a lot of this, I mean, forward is forward, back is back. The sides don't do anything. I think they, no, they don't do anything. When you turn with this one, your signals go on. You have directional signals that blink. And then the motor has sound. It will turn on when you go to give it throttle, and it'll shut off after like a couple of minutes, which is good. Saves a battery. But I do, your on off switch is up underneath here, right in the middle. Now, when you shut it off, it's only for the car moving. So your lights will still stay on. It's strange, because that only shuts off the ESC, I guess, so to prevent the car from moving. But your lights will stay on until you disconnect the battery. When you disconnect the battery and connect the battery, you're actually going to hear a sharp electronic click. So that's normal, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much it. All this steering stuff, this light comes on for this. Obviously, it doesn't have rear steer. That's probably for another model that they make. They probably make this radio for a bunch of their models. Like I said, the 6x6 uses more features on these buttons. So, down here, like the smog, that on the 6x6 actually has a smoke, so that's your on-off switch for that. This will shut the lights off completely on the truck, if you want it that way. So that's pretty much it. I hope this video helps, and you have a good day.